Jimmy Garoppolo, though, he's got a monster matchup. The Bengals,
Monster.
the Bengals can't cover anyone over the middle. It's statistically proven. I mean, they
It's a
suck
fact.
at covering over the middle, which is exactly where Jimmy wants to throw. So I think this is a good thing and a bad thing for the 49ers.
Yes, thank you for saying that.
Go ahead.
No, I
You want me to
think
say?
that. I mean,
Okay, go
I'll
ahead.
piggyback off of what you said there. So Cincinnati is bad at it, right? And that was before losing Logan Wilson. So now Logan Wilson is out, their best inside backer, and sets up a guy with a new green dot on his helmet. He's got to get everyone into alignment. You would think that they would be a little bit worse this week in the middle of the field than they have been to this point, and that's pretty bad. Jimmy obviously really, really enjoys throwing to the middle of the field. But I think what you're hinting at, and what I feel as well, is this sets up for Kyle to get cute, for Kyle to outcoach himself, for Kyle to say, oh, I'm going to shift the entire game plan to where we will pass the ball 35 times.
Or more. Real quick, the Bengals also have a very good run defense.
Yes, they do.
Kyle can often get into like, well, I got to take what the defense gives me here.
That's right. It's his patented excuse anytime he gets away from his identity. No, if your identity is to run the ball, then you know what? You run the damn ball, no matter what a defense throws at you.
Find a way. And here's the thing, like Jimmy Garoppolo can indeed have a monster game against the Bengals, but that has to be in limited doses. That's how you use Jimmy.
Yes.
About 25 throws max, and he can make the most out of those 25 throws. But once you start asking him to throw 35, 40 times, in my opinion, the pick is coming. It might get dropped, but it's coming.
Yes.
And I don't think he gives you enough like Tom Brady or other like Peyton Manning, all those touchdowns where you can justify the one interception a game. No. He's a third down converter. He's a game manager, but you can't let him throw. I think the Niners are 1-5 this year when he throws a pick. So let those 25 throws be deadly. He can do a lot with 25 throws, but don't make it the whole offense.
Jimmy needs to be in lockstep with the rest of the team. He's not the one that's going to lead the charge in an offensive showdown. I think he responds better when you're able to establish the run, get that first touchdown, get up by a little bit, give him some confidence, allow the defense to start playing well. And then Jimmy seems to settle in and say, okay, I can complement what the team is already doing. But if you ask him to be the lead dog for the entirety of the game, so far this season, last year, it just hasn't worked out the way it did in 2019.
Here's the Jimmy Garoppolo conundrum. He's a terrific complement to a good run game.
Yes.
The way I look at it. Because he can get those third down conversions and keep it going.
He can.
So he's a terrific complement to a good run game. He has to have a good run game to be successful. And he does not help the run game in and of itself. Like he's not going to help the yards per carry. He'll keep it on the field. But if the run game's gone because, the running backs aren't there, dude, he's in trouble.
Right.
He's in trouble. If it's like drop back 40, 50 times and have no run game, man, that's where you need a Hall of Fame quarterback, right? And he's just not. He's not.
And I think Steve Young is right when he says that if you're going to really make a push for the rest of this season and into the playoffs, what you really need is Jimmy G playing at a Pro Bowl level. And I don't think it's fair to expect that of him. And therefore, the 49ers need to prop him up in that regard. And that's not me trying to take a shot at Jimmy. That's just an acknowledgement of what he seems to need in order to be successful. It has to start with the run game. It has to be complementary football because you're right. He doesn't produce enough of the chunk plays unless they come on yak yards, where it's hitting someone over the middle and George Kittle or Deebo Samuel's able to bowl over a defender. He's not going to get those 40-plus yard plays. But on the other side of this ball, if we're not holding on to time of possession, because the Bengals are averaging 31-30 in time of possession right now, 31 minutes, 30 seconds. So they also are good at holding on to the ball. The Niners need to get that run game going so that their defense isn't out there.
Right. Yeah, the Bengals have a really good running back in Joe Mixon. The Niners don't this week. So
that is correct. That is correct. So for Jimmy, I think it is getting creative early in that run game, really getting into the bag early, getting it established, and then allowing Jimmy to complement that, as you were saying.
Certainly. And he is good at that. I mean, I always say that like Jimmy's not good enough. He's too expensive. And I harp on I've said it a million times, but He's really good on third down. I mean, we remember Alex Smith, and Alex Smith had his virtues, but it was maddening how he would check down on third down. It was
Right.
maddening. Like, dude, you got to throw past the sticks. And Jimmy, God love him, always usually does. And sometimes he throws picks, but you got to have that mentality. And I appreciate that about him.
Yeah, no, he for whatever reason, that is money down for him. If he could carry through that mindset into other downs, we might be better.